Hello innovators, Mr. Minnick here to help you upgrade your My Initial Python project. In this case, I have a red letter M, one upgrade to the original letter M that I typed earlier is that I used the color command with the color red specified in the parentheses and in a set of double quotes. I could easily change that to several other colors that are allowed in the Python programming language. Blue, we'll probably be able to use green, but some colors won't work. Even if there is a crayon color that you've heard of called forest green, perhaps it actually works. If I had misspelled that, it would be black by default. So surprisingly, there is a color called forest green. We're seeing it there. But what about swamp green? I'm going to use swamp green. I'm going to pretend that I have a crayon that's an ugly green called swamp green. And there you see it's a black letter M, meaning that's an unknown color. I'm lucky it didn't give me an error message. If I didn't have one of those parentheses properly typed in there, I would have a syntax error, which you can see now down here at the bottom of the video window. Line 4. It thinks that the error is on line 4, but it's not. It was at the end of line 3 where I'm waving my mouse, where the missing parenthesis was found. By fixing that, I'm back to the black. Anyway, that's one possible upgrade, to upgrade the color of your last initial. Another upgrade, we can always change the shape of the turtle. There are a few different shapes that you can type and specify in the double quotes. One of them is the word turtle. So instead of a typical triangle or arrow there, we actually get a turtle. Other upgrades to this project. You can change the color of different parts of the letter M because code executes from top down. In this case, it's all green because I specified green at the beginning. I'm going to copy and paste that command color, that statement actually, and I'm going to come right here to where I have this forward, and by changing the color there to perhaps blue, the last piece of this letter M is now blue, and you could do that for several of the parts of your turtle. So with another red change there, I'm getting a virtual rainbow within my letter M. Other upgrades that might get you thinking is I can use the pen up command to, at this point where I've finished the letter M, I'm going to add a blank line here because we're going to do a second letter, and it would make sense to add a comment. The letter I will be from that area onward. This area is the letter M, and that was a capital letter, and this is going to be a lowercase I. Of course, you might already know that hashtag comments are ignored by the computer, and they're just left there for coders like you and I to understand our code or other people's code. So by using the turtle pen up command, that lifts the invisible pen up off the paper, and it looks like my turtle has to make a left turn to get where I plan to take him or her. So a left turn would be a 90-degree 90 in the left, the parentheses of the left command. Notice that we do not put double quotes around the 90 here like we did with the word blue and the word turtle up above. By turning left and then going some set distance that I probably already planned. Let's say I'm going forward 50, and then I make another left turn of 90 degrees. This will set me up perfectly to be going up, but I need to put the pen down before I go up because I want the turtle to actually make the letter I as a straight line. Check this out when I run this code that I just added. The pen goes up, and the necessary turn and the necessary forward makes the bottom of a lowercase I. One more pen up. You'll see where I'm going with this. You can re-watch this video later to see it explained again if that's necessary. I'm going to move a little teeny tiny bit here to then be positioned to where I can put a dot on my I. There's this circle command that when used with a number inside the parentheses, it draws a circle. And there's the circle under the shell of the turtle. Now, interestingly, you'll see in a second, I'm going to move my turtle forward another 10 pixels. And turn it left one more time, 90 degrees. And travel another 100 pixels. And let's see if we really have a circle here once the turtle moves away from where that circle was. Oh, there's no circle because my pen wasn't down. Right before I make this circle here on line 31, I forgot to put the pen back down again. I picked the pen up so there wasn't a straight line between the bottom part of the lowercase I and the little dot that I would like. So now I should have a dot. I do, but I have this straight line now, which I don't want. And by the way, I want to change that 10 to a 20. You'll soon learn why. So after the circle's finished, I want to pick my pen back up again. And I'm going to go, this time I'm, instead of forward 100, I'm moving forward 130. You'll soon see why. And here we go. We now do have a hollow circle. That's the dot of the lowercase I. This is an upgrade to my last initial M, the letter I, the second letter of my name. I move the turtle over here so that I can use the right command. The right command can be used to display text, such as the word goodbye, or even a phrase could be placed here. And wherever the turtle is positioned, that's where the left edge of the text that you would like to display is. Now, it turns out the pen, which was last picked up, does not need it to be down for the right command to actually print text. Make a note of that. It's you don't have to, but you could put the pen down. It just won't have any effect. So that line of code 37 is unnecessary in this case. That's not very exciting there. That pen, that goodbye is kind of small. So we could specify the font size by typing font equals, and then I like the Arial font in double quotes there. But most importantly, you can type a size like 24. 24 is larger than the size that you just saw there a moment ago. I'm not sure which size that is. That might be 12. But there's a nice good size. Size 24 of font. I did specify Arial. You can choose other fonts, like the famous one, Times New Roman, might give you a different look. This is a very difficult, that's not a legal one. I know Courier is a font that's popular. That's the one that actually this code window is showing over here on the left. Let's see if that one works. Yep, there's the Courier font, but I do like the Arial font. Okay, so there are some upgrades for this project. One last upgrade I'm going to throw in. That circle was hollow. Maybe you want to fill in the circle. So by finding the circle command, even though the pen was down and then later we moved the pen up, around the circle I could use the begin fill, sort of like parentheses. An opening parenthesis, begin fill, then right after the circle command you can see here where I'm inserting the mouse and the cursor, end fill. Now begin fill and end fill are two words, but you need an underscore for those commands to work in between the two words. Unlike pen down and pen up, which does not have an underscore in between the pen and the up, this is just the way it is. It's a command that's not very consistent with the other commands. With that typed in there, we should have a filled in circle. It's filled in with the current color that our turtle is using. Not interestingly, just unfortunately, if you didn't use end fill at the right spot, if you just threw it in here, say at the very end, it might have unintended results. So be careful with begin fill and end fill. That is not looking good there. Unless you like that abstract art there. That end fill is misplaced. I need to tuck it right after the circle so that nothing else is filled. We will study begin fill and end fill at another time, perhaps in another video. There it is, one last look at my upgrades. And hopefully you can see all this in the window. No, you can't, but I can provide the code later if you need to see this code, or I can just scroll down there and you can take a screen snapshot of that and try it out in your own Trinket. Have a great day.